babes. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, good day. We have wife swap hiking photos in the sweltering Georgia heat today.
Babes, we are so glad to have you here with us today. And honestly, the Bravo universe is entirely financially and morally bankrupt this afternoon.
Literally, Beverly Hills mansions are rotting into pre-foreclosure. Secret escrow accounts are funding reality TV legal battles.
It's a mess.
Yeah.
And billion-dollar tech companies are, like, buying up disgraced stars for a literal villain island.
It's completely unhinged. The court documents we have our hands on today absolutely prove it. I am already out of breath.
Right. I mean, a network is so chaotic right now that a literal Friends cast member had to go on late-night TV to expose their production secrets.
Oh my God, yes. My jaw was practically unhinged, just resting on my steering wheel during the entire drive over to the studio.
It is a completely unhinged Tuesday. But, we have to officially address the Snark squad first because I feel like we owe you an apology.
An apology mixed with a massive complaint, honestly, because we have officially, tragically, been forced to switch to afternoon recordings.
Yep. For the Daily Gossip recap, it is a dark new era, babes.
I am disgusted by the lack of cooperation from the internet. Ever since the Taylor-Frankie Paul chaos died down, the blogs they are not dropping tea early anymore.
It's an absolute schedule spiral.
Yeah.
May that glorious era of early morning TikTok drops rest in peace because the gossip gods abandoned us.
They really did. The emotional damage of waking up at 6 in the morning, clutching my iced coffee, and having zero mess to read.
It's isolating.
It feels like a personal attack. I need chaos with my sunrise bestie. I need someone's publicist working overtime while I'm still in my pajamas.
Well, instead, we are living through the absolute nightmare of the afternoon rush hour survival challenge.
Do not even remind me. Snark Squad, let us paint the picture of what it took to get behind these microphones today.
We both literally just finished work at our respective dental offices, stripped off our scrubs, threw on these oversized hoodies, and rushed straight here.
And let me tell you, navigating afternoon rush hour traffic with no morning gossip to soothe the central nervous system, it should legally qualify as an extreme psychological endurance test.
I mean, I am emotionally exhausted.
My soul has left my body. The road rage I just experienced on the interstate, the sheer audacity of the bad drivers in this city.
It's like people forgot how to drive.
Right. People do not know how to merge, bestie. They act like the blinker is like a premium subscription feature they forgot to pay for.
I am sitting here acting very calm right now, but internally I am a tightly coiled spring of rage.
I hit one red light, just one, and it completely derailed my entire mood. I was gripping the steering wheel so hard my knuckles were translucent.
To screaming into the void. Honestly, I'm questioning the entire fabric of my life choices. Like, is adulthood just sitting in gridlock traffic?
Yes. Aggressively clutching a steering wheel, waiting for a reality star's financial ruin to leak to the blog so you can feel a brief rush of serotonin.
That is exactly what it is. And to counteract that trauma, we are officially in our Alani and perfume era today.
Oh, absolutely. I have cracked open my Alani energy drink. The artificial caffeine is hitting my bloodstream, and survival mode is activated.
Snark Squad, drop your absolute favorite Alani flavor in the comments right now, because we are relying on sheer chemistry to keep us vertical.
We really are. And the Alani is necessary not just for the recap, but because right after we record, we are going to a perfume making class.
Which, I have to be honest, I am highly skeptical of.
Testy, why? Do not ruin the romance of the perfume era for me.
I'm just saying, are these trendy classes actual self-care? Or is this just an elaborate scam to overcharge millennials $80 to mix rubbing alcohol in a beaker?
It's about the vibes. We are romanticizing the entire aesthetic. We are going to curate our signature scents and pretend we have our lives completely put together.
Even though you just screamed at a Prius in the left lane.
Exactly. I usually gravitate towards something very warm, you know? Like a heavy vanilla, maybe a rich sandalwood. What's your normal scent profile?
Usually something very woody, maybe a sharp bergamot, something that implies I am deeply analytical and exclusively read nonfiction.
So serious.
But honestly, looking at today's rundown, we shouldn't even be making normal perfumes. We need to launch a custom Snarkside fragrance.
Wait, I am obsessed with this. A Snarkside perfume? Brainstorm the notes with me right now. What does internet chaos actually smell like?
Okay, so the top notes, the very first thing that hits your senses would be an aggressive, biting hit of double espresso.
Yes.
Mixed with a very cheap, highly acidic Pinot Grigio. Just pure anxiety hitting you right in the face.
Espresso and cheap wine, I love it. And then the middle notes, the heart of the fragrance, is a cloyingly sweet synthetic strawberry.
Right, mixed with pure vanilla delusion.
Just the scent of a woman lying to a camera crew about her mortgage.
Exactly. And the base notes, the heavy scent that lingers for 12 hours, is a smoky sandalwood mixed with the distinct aroma of emotional instability.
And Bravo reunion energy. It smells like a cease and desist letter printed on extremely expensive cardstock.
It smells like someone crying in a black Sprinter van while wearing a sequin dress.
It's weirdly luxurious but incredibly toxic. Snark Squad, hit the comments and tell us what unhinged notes would make up your personal signature messy perfume.
But babes, the blogs are giving this afternoon, the court documents are filed. Let's get into the mess.
Let's do it. Because the desperate financial lengths reality stars will go to when the cameras stop rolling is the theme of the day.
It really is. And we have to start with the absolute financial and romantic bankruptcy currently destroying Beverly Hills.
Oh my God, PK and Dort Kemsley.
Yes. The blogs got their hands on their incredibly toxic divorce filings, and the numbers here are staggering. We need to break down this mansion situation.
Bestie, my chest was physically tight reading these court docs. The allegations are wild. PK literally filed accusing Dort of spending over $1 million on luxury goods.
Chanel, Louis Vuitton, Hermes.
All while their $6.5 million mansion is actively going into pre-foreclosure because she allegedly refused to pay the mortgage.
Let's define pre-foreclosure for a second, because people throw that word around. In California, it means the bank officially filed a notice of default.
Which means things are bad.
Very bad. You have to be severely behind, usually 3 to 6 months before the bank spends money to initiate that legal process.
They are on the absolute brink of losing the roof over their heads.
And while the bank is knocking with foreclosure papers, she is supposedly racking up $1 million in Chanel. Make it make sense.
It doesn't. But the most unhinged, darkly toxic part of this entire filing is how they are communicating. PK claims she used their actual child to text him.
Yeah, asking for money for a luxury vacation.
The court docs show screenshots of texts coming from their young kid's iPad. The messages say things like, "Hey, do you want to have a fun spring break?"
And then aggressively asking him to book a holiday for them.
I am spiraling over the psychology of that. Who uses their kid's iPad as a Trojan horse to extort their estranged husband for spring break cash?
It's incredibly dark.
Can you imagine the poor kid just wanting to play Roblox, and mom is in the other room typing, "Hey dad, can you wire 50 grand to mommy's account for Cabo?"
It is so manipulative. But let's set the emotional manipulation aside and look at the actual mechanism of their wealth here.
Please break the numbers down for me, because my brain cannot comprehend being $1 million in debt to a French fashion house.
Okay, so according to the legal documents, PK stated under oath that between April 2025 and March 2026, he earned $887,000.
Wait, what?
That breaks down to roughly $92,000 in net income every single month.
$92,000 a month. Bestie, that is real money. How are you in pre-foreclosure if nearly 100 grand is hitting your checking account every 30 days?
Because you are thinking about this like a normal person who lives in reality, not a Bravo star in Beverly Hills.
Okay, fair.
Let's apply the reality TV lifestyle tax. If you make $887,000 a year, California state and federal taxes take nearly 50% right off the top.
Okay, so now we are down to roughly $440,000.
Exactly. Then you have mandatory Hollywood overhead. Managers take 10%. Agents take 10. A good PR crisis firm is at least 5 to 10 grand a month.
Which they clearly need.
So suddenly, that income is looking a lot closer to maybe $250,000 a year in actual usable cash.
Which is still a great living.
But look at his listed expenses in the court docs. He lists $16,500 a month just in rent for his new place.
Oh my God.
$3,000 a month in basic utilities, and then he lists $6,402 a month in groceries.
$6,400 on groceries. What is he eating?
I have no idea.
Are they importing extinct dodo bird eggs from a private island? Is he bathing in liquid gold? That's over $200 a day at the supermarket.
For one person. It is absurd inflation of lifestyle costs. And it gets crazier because PK also alleges that Dort makes $166,000 a month herself.
I need to pause. So he claims he is netting $92K a month, and she is making $166K a month.
Yep.
That is over $250,000 a month in combined cash flow. If those numbers are remotely true, how does a notice of default happen?
I'll tell you how. It is a massive game of financial chicken. It's a standoff. In a high-asset, high-contention divorce, neither party wants to drain their personal liquidity.
To pay the joint marital debt. Wow.
Exactly. PK is likely saying, you live in the house, you pay the mortgage from your income. Dorrit is likely saying, you are the husband, you pay it.
They are so consumed by spite, they are literally willing to let the bank take the house and destroy both their credit scores.
Just to avoid being the one who blinks first.
That is the most toxic, self-destructive strategy I have ever heard in my life. And what about the $1 million in designer goods? Does Chanel offer a payment plan?
This is where we have to talk about how celebrity styling works. A lot of these housewives don't actually buy the clothes. They use stylists who pull pieces on memo.
Right, borrowing from showrooms.
Right, with the promise of returning them intact or getting a massive discount for tagging the brand on Instagram.
The classic smoke and mirrors.
But if you damage a piece or just decide to keep it and ghost the stylist, you are on the hook for the retail cost.
So she's taking out personal lines of credit to keep up the appearance of wealth for the cameras. $1 million accrues very quickly.
And the irony is, the blogs report a mutual friend of theirs, Justin Levine, just filed a bombshell declaration confirming how she views these items.
Oh, the Justin Levine declaration. This reads like a mafia movie. Explain to the Snark Squad what a declaration actually is.
A declaration is a written statement sworn under penalty of perjury, submitted directly to the judge. Justin claims he tried to act as a mediator between PK and Dorrit.
But Dorrit wasn't having it.
Nope. According to his sworn statement, Dorrit gave Justin a literal list of extortion demands to deliver to PK.
The audacity to hand a middleman a list of demands. What were they?
She demanded an immediate $50,000 payment for the kids' expenses, followed by another $50,000 shortly after.
And if he didn't pay?
Justin swears she said if PK didn't pay the $100,000, she would disclose private information about him to the press and play dirty games.
It is straight up extortion. She is treating her husband's secrets like a hostage negotiation. Give me $50,000 or the blogs find out what you did in London.
And when Justin asked her about the $1 million she spent on designer goods while the mortgage was defaulting,
What does she say?
she looked at him and claimed the expenditures were necessary for her career.
Necessary for her career. Bestie, my jaw actually hit the floor. She is trying to treat Hermes Birkins as tax-deductible office supplies.
The delusion is spectacular.
I'm sorry, Your Honor, but the diamond-encrusted watch was crucial to my brand identity. She desperately needs that Bravo paycheck right now to keep up this facade.
Which brings us to the massive, glaring issue of their television future. Because Bravo just dropped a massive bomb on the internet today.
They released the renewal list.
Yes. Summer House, Top Chef, Below Deck, Salt Lake City, and the new Rhode Island franchise are all officially greenlit. But absent from that list.
Beverly Hills and the Valley. I almost dropped my phone. Are they canceled? Are they putting Beverly Hills on pause?
Let's look at the actual mechanism of network PR before we panic. It is incredibly standard for networks to delay announcing renewals for shows that just wrapped their reunion.
Right, Kyle Richards had to hop on X to do damage control. She told a panicking fan that RHOBH is not on pause.
Thank God for Kyle ghost-producing the network's PR from her couch.
Yeah.
A Bravo rep also said it's just too early to announce pickups for those shows.
But maybe production actually does need a minute to rethink the entire structure of Beverly Hills. The cracks in the facade are way too obvious.
And they're getting called out from inside the celebrity house. Did you see what Lisa Kudrow did on Watch What Happens Live?
Lisa Kudrow. Actual Phoebe Buffay. I screamed at my television.
It was incredible. Andy Cohen asked her what she thought of the recent season, and she just smiles the sharp smile and says, "Black Mercedes Sprinter van twins. Caught that."
She completely dismantled the entire fourth wall with 7 words.
Exactly. For the Snark Squad who missed it, there was that major storyline where Dorrit was allegedly stranded in a rural part of Italy.
The show presented it as this terrifying, isolating moment.
But Lisa pointed out that in the background of the wide shot, parked literally right behind Dorrit, was a second identical black luxury Sprinter van.
You cannot get anything past Lisa Kudrow. People were zooming in online. Oh my God, Dorrit is crying about being stranded while standing 3 feet away from a backup van.
Surrounded by a full camera crew, an audio mixer, and a lighting guy. It completely exposes how reality TV is produced.
Right, they always rent multiple identical vehicles for the crew. The stranded scene was entirely manufactured.
Lisa Kudrow essentially looked Andy Cohen in the eye and said, "I know you guys are faking the stakes."
I love that a multi-Emmy-winning actress is exposing Bravo's continuity errors. The audience is too smart.
They really are. Dorrit's entire strategy relies on hiding her reality from the cameras. But what happens when the cameras and the legal system team up?
Oh, that brings us to the absolute nightmare on the East Coast. If we want to talk about unhinged divorces and scheming for cash, we have to go to Atlanta.
The Kim Zolciak and Kroy Biermann situation has reached a level of tactical legal chaos I didn't think was possible outside of a corporate boardroom.
The Georgia wife swap chaos. The streets are saying this is the most convoluted love square in reality TV history.
Let's lay out the players. First, Kim and Kroy trapped in a financially ruinous divorce for over a year. Second, Kim's new boyfriend, Kyle Mowitz, a multi-billion-dollar businessman.
And finally, the wild card. Kyle's estranged wife, Jillian Green. And Jillian is not going quietly.
No, she is not.
The court docs show Kyle is going through a nasty divorce with Jillian, but he is simultaneously funding Kim Zolciak's entire existence.
The blogs are reporting he's paying Kim's rent, buying luxury cars, and literally paying Kim's legal fees in her divorce against Kroy.
The billionaire is subsidizing the reality star's divorce. And Jillian is absolutely furious. She filed an aggressive injunction to freeze his money into an escrow account.
Let's explain how an injunction works. In a high-asset divorce, if one spouse can prove the other is maliciously depleting the marital estate.
Like buying a Real Housewife a Porsche.
Right. They can ask a judge to freeze the liquid assets. Jillian claims his spending on Kim is out of control.
Which is completely valid. If my billionaire ex was funding a Bravo star's legal battle, I would be at the courthouse with a titanium padlock for his bank account.
Exactly. But here's the plot twist that sent me into orbit today. TMZ just published exclusive photos of Kroy Biermann hiking for 3 hours with Jillian Green.
I lost my mind. In Alpharetta, Georgia, I was zooming in on the photos. They are hugging, looking very flirty on this trail.
The visual of this is staggering.
Picture it. Kroy, sweating in the Georgia heat, hiking with the ex-wife of the man who is currently paying his own ex-wife's rent. What are they even talking about?
Comparing itemized credit card statements, probably. Let's break down the tactical chess match here. Kroy is not hiking for his health.
Oh, break it down for me.
This is a highly calculated alliance. Jillian files an injunction to freeze the cash. If granted, Kyle can't write checks to Kim. Kim loses her funding overnight.
Oh my God.
She can't pay her lawyers, loses the cars. Kroy benefits massively because it starves Kim out financially and forces her to settle on his terms.
It's an evil genius legal crossover. He is weaponizing the billionaire's wife against his own wife.
And it goes deeper. The docs show Kroy's lawyers are trying to subpoena a videotaped deposition. Apparently, Jillian's lawyers dragged Kim into their divorce case.
Wait, Kim had to testify in the billionaire's divorce?
Yes. They grilled Kim under oath about every single luxury gift Kyle has given her, and Kroy desperately wants that transcript.
Because if Kroy can prove Kim has a billionaire sugar daddy, it lowers his obligation to pay her spousal support.
Precisely. But there's a strict confidentiality agreement blocking Kroy from getting it. So Kroy is flirting with Jillian to find a legal loophole to get that tape.
He is playing the long game, but let me ask you, does Kim actually care that Kroy is hanging out with Jillian?
Well, the blogs say Kim knew they were talking and claims she doesn't care because she's set with Kyle.
I reject that premise entirely. Her ego is massive. You're telling me she's unbothered that Kroy magically upgraded to the billionaire's ex? She has to be screaming.
She definitely has other things to spiral about. She just had to issue a defensive statement on Instagram denying she neglected her children.
Right, because Kroy temporarily got primary physical custody. What was her excuse?
She claimed she was simply out of the country, working to provide as a single mother, and it was just a temporary logistical necessity.
Working out of the country, doing what? Promoting detox tea in Dubai. It is all so incredibly dark.
The facade is crumbling. But if Jillian freezes those assets, Kim needs an influx of cash, which means it's a good thing she just booked a new show.
Oh my God, yes. The most chaotic ensemble reality show in television history. Amazon Prime's Reality Retreat.
When I read this cast list, I thought it was a hallucination.
A sleep-deprived fever dream. A tropical retreat show featuring tabloid fixtures doing truth-telling exercises. The cast: Kim Zolciak, Margaret Josephs.
Tanya Moore, who was just suspended from Atlanta over those salon posters. Brittany Cartwright, Tamar Braxton, Christine Quinn.
Jen Tran, Caitlin Bristow, Hilaria Baldwin, and the absolute kicker, Julie and Savannah Chrisley.
Julie Chrisley, who was just pardoned by Trump for federal bank fraud.
I am physically screaming. Picture Hilaria Baldwin attempting morning Spanish sun salutations with Julie Chrisley fresh out of federal prison.
While Margaret aggressively drinks iced coffee, plotting someone's downfall.
And Kim is asking a field producer for a solo cup for her wine. It sounds like a CIA psychological experiment gone horribly wrong.
Amazon claims this is about removing villains for an experience centered on healing. Let me predict right now. Zero healing will occur.
Of course not. You put Christine Quinn and Kenya Moore on a beach, someone is getting pushed into the ocean. Why is Amazon doing this?
It's a brilliant business strategy.
Yeah.
Unscripted reality TV is incredibly cheap to produce compared to scripted shows, and villains come with highly engaged, polarized audiences.
People love to hate watch.
Exactly. It drives prime subscriptions. They're capitalizing on the desperation of disgraced stars.
The budget must be limitless. The check they wrote for Julie Chrisley has to be astronomical. And speaking of this cast, we have to talk about Brittany Cartwright.
Yes, she gave a huge life update to People magazine today about her post-breakup life.
She is officially out of her Jax Taylor era. She confirmed she had a 2-month short fling with Brandon Hansen from The Valley, but they broke up.
Right, the incredibly convenient whirlwind romance.
I don't even care if it was a rebound. I am romanticizing her single as a Pringle era. She told the magazine she was focusing on healing.
Living without Jax for the first time in 10 years.
Just waking up and not having to manage a 45-year-old man-child's tantrums about beer cheese. I want her to thrive and have little flings with younger men.
Analytically speaking, though, I have to sarcastically wonder how long she can stay away from the toxic LA dating pool.
Why do you say that?
She jumped from a 10-year marriage with Bravo's biggest villain straight into a publicized fling with a guy from her new cast. It's hard to break the habit of dating for storylines.
Okay, fair point.
Yeah.
The Bravo machine demands drama. But speaking of singles causing massive drama, the Bravo Singles Club is imploding on Threads.
The Ciara Miller versus Jen Fessler crossover feud.
This is genuinely the most unexpected, confusing feud of the year.
Jen Fessler, the 50-something friendo from New Jersey, went on a podcast and decided to publicly defend Wes Wilson from Summer House.
Which, why? Why is a New Jersey housewife caping for a 20-something sports media guy in Manhattan?
She passionately said West is the sweetest golden retriever puppy dog who doesn't want to hurt anyone.
Cue my white-hot rage. Doesn't want to hurt anyone. He systematically humiliated Ciara on national television.
Led her on all summer, slept with her, then dumped her to be single at BravoCon.
So Ciara saw a clip of Jen's quote and hit the comment section, heavily implying the only reason Jen was defending him was because Jen and West hooked up.
The audible gasp I let out. To accuse a married New Jersey housewife of hooking up with the Summer House villain, brilliant shade.
But Jen took it incredibly seriously.
She fiercely denied it, lost her cool, and publicly threatened a defamation and libel lawsuit against Ciara.
A lawsuit over an Instagram comment, but Ciara doubled down. She took it to Threads, posted the Michael Jackson eating popcorn meme.
Me watching people back down.
And followed it up with, "Don't fuck with me. I am cheering for Ciara's unbothered, chaotic energy."
Let's break down the legal absurdity. You have a wealthy woman in her late 50s threatening an expensive defamation suit against a 20-something reality star over a hookup rumor.
With a guy who wears backwards hats and jorts.
Defamation requires proving financial damages. How did Ciara's comment damage Jen's finances? It didn't. It's peak reality TV delusion.
If this goes to court, I want front row seats. Your Honor, Exhibit A, the jorts. But Ciara isn't the only one dealing with toxic men. We need to do a rapid-fire check-in.
Let's start with Captain Jason's boat on Below Deck Down Under Season 4 because the structural integrity is falling apart.
The blogs are reporting Mike Durant is fired, but the mid-season trailer dropped, and next week Eddie Hounsel might be fired too.
It's an HR nightmare. Jenna liked Eddie. They went on a date. But then Jenna sneaks off and sleeps with Ben Robinson.
The betrayal.
Jen plays them both. She texts Eddie. Eddie shows Ben. Ben dumps Jenna. But then next week, Eddie catches Jenna, and Ben cozied up in a guest cabin.
And Eddie snaps.
Tells Ben to feck off and screams he's a massive prick on the sun deck in front of the crew. Captain Jason hears it and says, "Something's gotta change."
I am spiraling over Jenna's strategy. You share a bathroom on a yacht the size of a shoebox. How did she think this would stay secret?
My snarky read. Ben is a walking red flag. He causes chaos, and Eddie is taking the fall for it. Eddie got played, reacted emotionally, and now he's losing his job.
It's so unfair. But also, do not scream profanities on the sun deck when Captain Jason is within earshot. He will hand you a plane ticket.
Speaking of keeping jobs, Vanderpump Rules Season 13 is not canceled. It is simply delayed.
Because Lisa Vanderpump is filming a limited series, Vanderpump Rules. Lisa Las Vegas, Andy Vanderpump Villa Season 4 first?
They are dragging this delay out so long the audience will forget who the servers even are. By Season 13, we'll be 2 years removed from Scandival. The momentum is dead.
I actually think the break will be good for them. Give them time to heal off camera. Let Shiana find a new best friend to track on her location app.
You are way too optimistic. Let's cross over to Netflix. Selling Sunset Season 10. Chrishell is out, but Christine Quinn and Heather Rayo Musa are officially returning.
I am literally screaming. The show is dying a slow beige death without Christine. We need the campy villainy. We need the swan purses.
Jason Oppenheim's hypocrisy is breathtaking. He's hyping her up, conveniently ignoring she had a scorched earth falling out with creator Adam DeVello over bribery accusations.
But the algorithm demands a villain.
Integrity takes a backseat to ratings. Next up, NBC canceled On Brand with Jimmy Fallon, starring Bozoma St. John after 1 season.
The scheduling killed it. Tuesdays at 10 p.m., Fridays at 8 p.m., preempted by the NBA playoffs. No one knew when it was on.
Plus, Bozoma admitted Jimmy Fallon's wife suggested her for the job because she watched her on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Maybe the wife shouldn't be the casting director.
Tough break for Buzz. But speaking of ruthless, the Mormon Wives cast is a mess. Michaela Matthews publicly slammed Taylor Frankie Paul on Instagram.
Taylor called Michaela a snake friend on a podcast. Michaela fired back, saying they supported Taylor through toxic situations, even leaving their newborn babies.
Weeks postpartum.
To support Taylor going on a PR stunt, auditioned for The Bachelorette.
I relate to Michaela so much. The sheer exhaustion of being the fixer friend who drops everything, only to be branded a snake when you set a boundary.
The lack of self-awareness from Taylor is wild. Next up, Jason Waller told Carl Recky's podcast how MTV fame at 18 allowed him to ignore his mental health and legal struggles.
It breaks my heart. Producers just masked his real-life issues so he could party on camera. The network machinery just monetized his downward spiral.
I'm glad he's sober now. And moving to a surprisingly wholesome moment, Catherine Dennis reunited with her kids for Mother's Day.
5 years after losing custody to Thomas Ravenel, I just want to take a genuine moment of happiness for her, seeing a mother get to hug her kids. It's a win. We root for healing.
It is a rare moment of light. But back to the mess. Dina Manzo secretly filed for divorce from David Canton in California in March 2025.
Secretly? How did no one know?
David filed a response asking for unequal asset distribution. They fought for a year, and then in March 2026, they quietly dismissed the filings and reconciled.
Keeping a contentious divorce secret from the Bravo fan blogs for a whole year is legendary. They have the CIA on their payroll.
Rapid-fire pop culture bites to finish us off. Queen Latifah is officially joining Season 30 of The Voice as a coach.
An icon we will be watching.
Janelle Parrish from Pretty Little Liars is hard-launching her romance with her DWTS pro Sasha Farber, saying he cooks full spreads for her.
A man who cooks without being asked is the ultimate green flag. Wrap him in bubble wrap.
And finally, Sally Field politely told Andy Cohen on WWHL that she can hear his son Ben screaming in the hallways of their luxury building.
And Andy explained away his screaming match with Kyle Cook over a Madonna song.
He claims it was just loud club music, and he looked furious because he was trying to pose for a photo with Kathy Hilton at the same time.
Posing for a paparazzi photo with Kathy Hilton while aggressively screaming at a reality star for Madonna music? That is the most Andy Cohen sentence ever.
Which brings us to the end of the rundown. We need to cool down.
Bestie, I'm taking a deep breath. Staring at people's molars all day, fighting rush hour traffic, and screaming about Amazon villain islands has depleted my social battery.
I question reality. Is adulthood just drinking artificial caffeine, sitting in gridlock traffic, and loudly judging the catastrophic choices of rich people?
It is the human condition, babes. We are anthropologists of internet chaos, but we have to pack up for this perfume-making class. Do you think our Snark side perfume would sell out?
I am convinced a perfume that smells like spilled Pinot Grigio and unchecked emotional instability. It's a lifestyle brand. We'd make millions and end up in a legal battle.
Snark Squad, we need your help. Thank you for hanging out in this afternoon chaos. Go to the comments and tell us what unhinged notes would be in your signature perfume.
And do you prefer the old morning gossip drops, or are you secretly enjoying this chaotic afternoon survival mode? Also, drop your favorite Alani flavor to fuel these spirals.
Yes. Do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps us out so much.
We appreciate you navigating the mess with us.
Stay caffeinated.
Stay messy.
And we will see you on the Snark side. But honestly, while you're in the comments, ask yourself this.
Mhm.
As we watch these mansions go into foreclosure and these stars beg tech billionaires for gigs,
Are we watching the final dying days of the wealthy reality star era?
in 5 years, will there even be a Beverly Hills mansion left to film in, or will they all be renting apartments? Something to chew on. Bye, babes!